All right, everyone, here we are. We're going to be checking out a 2-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom condo right here in Gramercy. So we'll start off the tour here. This is your front door. You enter, you have this pretty big space of this foyer here. You have not one coat closet, but you have two. All of the closets are built out, by the way. Sometimes developers don't really get the layouts right of a lot of apartments, but this one I think has one of the most functional and best layouts that I've seen. This is coat closet number 2. And then immediately as you come off the foyer here, you have your powder room, which is perfect placement because I've been in apartments where they have the powder rooms right off of the kitchen. So if you're throwing a dinner party or something like that, or if you have friends over for lunch or for dinner, and if they need to use the restroom, they're literally walking into the powder room off of the kitchen. So this gives them a little bit more privacy for your guests. Right as you come off that foyer, you have that beautiful powder room. We'll start with the open concept living room and kitchen, and then we'll check out some of the bedrooms. So here we are. Really well laid out. If we look to the left, you have the family room, living room, nice sitting space. You'd probably put your TV on the wall right there. But to the other side, the developer left just enough space where you could actually have a full-size dining room table. So if you have people over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, major holidays, it'll actually be workable, which is really, really nice. We'll transition over to the kitchen. We'll talk a little bit about the island and the appliances. This island is massive. You have just enough space to fit 3 bar stools. If this were me, I would probably take these out and put maybe a little bit smaller bar stools so you could fit a little bit more seating space, but that's just me. The kitchen is kitted out with all Gaggenau appliances, and of course, the appliances are tucked away behind the millwork in the island and on the other side by the wall. So you'll find your dishwasher here, appliances by Gaggenau. You have your wine cooler right here, and you have your microwave inside your island as well. So as you're cooking, entertaining your guests, you could look out over the dining room, you could look out over the patio, and you could look out over the living room as well. You have a 5-burner gas stove by Gaggenau. You have your oven, and you have all of these built-ins, which is your cabinet space. I like the black and white color combo. Let me know what you think in the comments, but for me, I kind of like it. At first, from some of the photos, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like that, but in person, it's really quite nice. Looks very elegant. So, refrigerator and freezer are built in behind the millwork, and you have pantry space just off to the right, making it very, very workable. If you want to talk about some pricing, I'll quickly show you the show sheet just so you could see. It's priced at $3,095,000. Your common charges are $2,100 a month, and your real estate taxes are $3,000 per month. We're now going to transition. I want to show you the outdoor space, which is pretty rare for Gramercy, and I would say very rare and sought after for New York City in and of itself. So right off of that dining room, you have this wonderful outdoor space looking over the courtyard and the common area for the building. This is funny. Right now you could actually see some of the window washers, keeping the building immaculate here. You do get a lot of nice light in here. I would probably set up some tables and chairs. I would most likely spend a lot of time out here reading or having my morning coffee. And again, perfectly placed. It's great to have outdoor space right off of a living room and a dining room, just for overall usability and functionality. There's been some apartments, like we've mentioned before, where it has outdoor space, but you need to go through the primary bedroom or even one of the guest bedrooms to access the outdoor space, which really only makes it usable to the person who's living there. So I really wanted to highlight that feature. I think that was very well done in terms of the layout, having your outdoor space right off of the living room and the kitchen. All right, what do you say we check out some of the bedrooms? Remember, this is a 2-bedroom apartment. So to the left side, you're going to have the kitchen and the living space. And to the right side, off of the foyer, you're going to have the bedrooms. But just before we do that, we'll check out your in-unit washer-dryer. And it also doubles as a pretty big closet. If it were me, I would probably build all of this out. So the prospective buyer here, I would highly, highly recommend that you build this out. Probably some custom cabinetry so you could put all of your detergents, or even just use it as storage. If maybe you put a Christmas tree up or a menorah during the holidays, whatever, you could use that as more of a storage area, so to speak. Door number 1 over here is going to be the primary suite. We'll save the best for last, so we'll start off with the first bedroom, which would be a guest bedroom. Currently, it is set up as a children's room. Very nice space, and keep in mind we're looking northbound. So the views from this room, you're looking right over 23rd Street, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll step back for a moment just to give you some more perspective on the size. But I think it is a very, very nice sized bedroom. These are 2 twin-size beds, but this room could easily fit a king-size bed, in my opinion. Once you go up to the window, check out how cool this is. You're looking directly at Gramercy Theater. I mean, the location is great. You're right on the corner of 23rd Street and Lexington Avenue. You see Baruch College right there, and a familiar building. If we zoom in all the way across the street, that's Gramercy North. We sold that building, and our team was also the developers on the project and the sales team on the project, which is another fantastic building, but that's neither here nor there. If you were to walk directly down 23rd Street, you'll run right into Madison Square Park. So the location is prime. Not only are you close to major subway lines like the 6 train, you're also close to Madison Square Park, and of course, Gramercy Square Park. We'll briefly close this door just so I could showcase the closet and the bathroom. Remember, this is an ensuite bathroom. I really like the fixtures and the finishes here. A very, very well-maintained apartment, by the way. And once we close this door, you have a steam shower and soaking tub combo, which is great, especially if you have children. You're going to need to give them a bath, and it can get pretty messy. So having these fully sealed off glass doors is going to keep the mess to a minimum. Okay, that was the bathroom. You have a freestanding and free-floating toilet, as well as the vanities. I'll do a quick zoom in on the fixtures and the finishes just so you can get an idea of the quality here. And right off of the bathroom, of course, you have a fully built out closet. And if you think the closet's a little bit too small for bedroom number 1, you could probably reprioritize one of the closets in the hallway and use that there as well. So we're now going to check out the primary suite. Again, the bedrooms are facing north, so you're going to get a lot of light, more so in the morning. This is currently staged to fit a California king bed. And we'll check out the street view of 23rd Street one more time. Again, you're right on the campus of Baruch College, and you're looking directly at the famous Gramercy Theater. So Lexington Avenue, in between Lexington and Park, right on 23rd Street. Notice how quiet it is in here too, because you're right on 23rd. You would think that 23rd Street is very noisy, but it is very silent in this apartment, and that is because the windows are double pane glass. This is a pretty impressive size walk-in closet. Again, you have all of the built-ins all the way around. This is more than enough space than what you would need. You probably should add a little bit more custom built-ins just to kind of put away maybe some of your shirts or underwears, things like that. But again, totally customizable. Another thing that I would do for those of you moving in, I think they may already have that. Let's just check it out. Tucked away behind here, they do. They have blackout curtains. That is awesome. So they actually do have it. I was gonna recommend that you do put in blackout curtains, but you do not need to. It already comes equipped. Last but not least, we're going to go all the way back. You have one more closet in front of you, yet another closet behind you, and here it is. This is a very elegant and spa-like primary bathroom. You have your freestanding toilet, and you have a very nice, very, very luxurious rainfall shower. Quickly step back so you could see. Rainfall shower head here. So you could take a nice steam shower, and it is a very, very big space here. Very big. But also, if you stand on the other side and you look directly over, they also included a dedicated deep soaking tub. So you have double sink vanity, which is great. I'll zoom in there so you can see. I like how there's no divider. That's a really, really nice touch. Usually in a lot of developments, they have two dedicated sinks, but I love how you have one big sink with this big slab of marble here. And then of course, that very, very luxurious deep soaking tub. Very nice. So not only can you take a nice steam shower, you could also take a bath as well. So let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy that property tour right here in Gramercy of a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom condominium with dedicated outdoor space? I'll leave you all off with the show sheet. Feel free to pause the video, take a screenshot, and check out all of the interesting details as well as the amenities.